I'm going to show you clips on the video I've done while I've been painting this, all done in watercolours using the Bockingford paper, just to give us some ideas how well this paper works. Now the other day I received a package from St Cuthberts Mill. I know, very nice. And this is the one in question. Ta-da! Now what they've actually sent me, let me get the painting out of the way a minute. They've actually sent me a parcel of different papers. So let's have a quick look inside there, shall we, and see what they've done. Look at the way it's all tied up as well. Look, lovely ribbon on there. Let's undo that. Take that off. And this one as well. Hang on, how's that come up? Oh yeah, just like that. And inside there, I should have a collection of watercolour papers. Well, they're certainly well wrapped, aren't they? That's for sure. Now, they sent me a selection here, as you can see. So I've got the hot press one, which I've never used. And I've been using the Bockingford brand. It's something I've used for many, many years and will continue to do so over time. So we've got the hot press one, we've got the rough version, and also we've got the one I use all the time, which is this one, the cold press version as well. And this is their block pad. In other words, it's glued all the way around, apart from a little tiny gap at the top. So this is obviously on Bockingford. And this is a Bockingford block. So in other words, see this little arrow there, look. All the arrow tells us is that there's a gap there. So what you need to do, grab a palette knife, anything like that. I like to use a short one for that. And when I decide to take this off the paper, I'm not doing it just yet. What you would do, there's a tiny gap right to the very top there. I've got 2 sheets left on this pad. And I can slide my palette knife into that little gap there, look. Like that. Using light pressure and keep it level. You would take that all the way around to take off that one sheet of paper. It just means that when you put a lot of water on that sheet of paper, this isn't too bad on this one with this painting. Sometimes the paper will warp, and even on a block pad it does do that, but not much, because what tends to happen then, when it dries, it could dry nice and flat afterwards. Sometimes it might lift where that little gap is, but that's minimal, it really is. Now this isn't cotton rag or anything like that. This is actually mould made, and I do find that working with wet and wet washes on this sort of paper works really, really well. I also find the paper will take quite a bit of punishment as well. Yeah, I found that out over the years. So then you got these two. So you got the hot press, which is really, really smooth. Then you got the rough version as well, if you want plenty of texture to your painting. So really good for sort of a very loose style painting as well. If you want to work with detail, then I'll either go with a hot press paper, or for me, as per normal, I'd go with back to that again. The cold press version instead, which basically, as you know, is this one here. So that's the difference. If it's got the word block on the end of it, like this, and obviously that one there, then you know it's glued all the way around by that one tiny gap I mentioned before. If it's not got block on the end of it, then you know that that pad of paper are just individual sheets glued along the top part of the pad. So my recommendation to you, if you're working with detail, either work with a cold press paper or the hot pressed. Or if you want to do something a little bit rougher for texture, if you do like your textures, then I go for something like the rough version instead. And I do find this paper lovely and white as well. And would you believe this is 100% wood-free bleached chemical pulp? I know, it sounds so simple, mustn't it? But there must be a really complicated method to get the paper as good as this. Now you can see why I like to use Bockingford paper. This paper is also acid-free and archival, and it's made in the UK. And what I like about the Bockingford paper surface is that it's quite random, it really is, because the surface is made through natural woolen fells. So when they create the surface texture using those fells, each sheet of paper that you get has a distinctive random texture. I bought quite a few watercolour pads over the years, and some of the cheaper brands I've found anyway tend to have the same texture all the way through. And it just doesn't look natural, does it? It really doesn't. So having a paper surface, such as a Bockingford brand made by Cuthberts Mill, just gives the paper that uniqueness when you're working with it. This is also a high quality paper made using pure materials to archival standards. And that's one of the many things which I like about this watercolour paper. It's also traditionally made on one of those cylinder mould machines at St Cuthberts Mill. I wouldn't buy this paper if the quality wasn't very good. I also find that when I go through the lifting off technique with my paintings, this works really well on this paper. It's not just because the price is really good, because believe me, there are some very, very expensive papers out there. So the fact that I've been using this paper for many years now kind of tells you one thing, doesn't it? Yeah, it's alright, you know. It's pretty good.